You are listening to the one and only, the hottest podcast show on the planet. It's okay, Law. Over to you, John, Kenny, and Eugene.
Is somebody having vitamin C to boost immunity?
Broker?
No,
In a
this is
Oh,
not
it's-
vitamin C. It's actually
whole garden? That's the glass, as a mug.
So orange man, no lah.
it's orange. Basically, this is the pure fresh orange, the normal one. So
Okay.
I've been a little bit like experimenting with drinks, right? And I'm a little bit addicted with the carbon
Oh, it's a good
thingy,
one. Yeah. The
whatever.
infuser, the carbon, you carbonate the water.
Yeah,
basically.
carbonate the water, you get bubbles, right?
Yeah, that's good.
And I start making like just normal water with it, and then essentially just buy maybe this kind of pure, fresh 2 liter, of orange juice. So what you do is I just fill like a little bit of the bottle for 1 serving, that kind of thing, and then put into the canister there and just infuse the carbon inside. So it tastes tangy in the sense of like it crunches the thirst, like how a Coke or a all those carbonated drinks are. So
Super refreshing.
it's a little bit more refreshing. I'm not sure whether I will die faster drinking this kind of shit out there or not, but it's really fun though. I gotta say, having the carbonated,
The carbonator.
I don't know what to call it. Yeah,
Yeah, I have to say that when you made it for us back last month, I came back and I started looking up myself. Like, ooh, how did I buy this? It's quite nice.
on Shopee, right, the whole entire thing is actually a very simple device in the sense of like it's a plastic housing, right, that doesn't really do anything but just to hold the canister, the carbon food safe grade carbon dioxide canister, right? So once it's hosted there, there's a pipe, and then when you press the button, it just carbonizes up the whole entire bottle of water that you put there. So the whole entire package is about, the one that I've got is about 300 ringgit. Okay, so the shop, right, that is in Johor apparently, and I found this in Shopee. And what it is that one whole entire bottle of the carbon dioxide that pump, right, or rather the canister, right, is 100 ringgit full. Okay, but these are refillable. So what I did was I purchased 2 bottles of these canisters. Whenever I'm done with one, I will send the empty bottle back to Johor. Right, that's like maybe it cost me about 7-8 ringgit to send it to Johor, and then they will refill it up and send it back to me for about 30 ringgit.
Okay.
So one canister can last you, depending on how much you're actually using, about maybe 2 months, 3 months, that kind of thing. So it's kind of, in a way, it's expensive to start because like getting the whole thing is like 300 over ringgit, for a drink. But then on longer run, and then it actually balances out. Kind of think of it, right? When you go to cafes, when they serve you 1 cup of something like this, and then they carbonize it out and they put some cranberries or whatever drinks that's inside lah. They charge you about 14-15 ringgit per cup. And that's like, wow, very good margin there.
So all those like soda stuff, I mean the fancy ones are not just like pouring a can of soda into a glass and then selling it to us for like 10 ringgit because of service fee. But those like fancy soda drinks, it's really a result of a carbonate.
Yeah.
Is it called a carbonator? So a carbonator, and then they just throw in whatever stuff they
just
want.
carbonated water, literally. So when you buy soda water, it's literally just carbonated water.
This guy's selling for like 60 bucks. You see it?
60 Sing dollar.
60 sing, yeah.
Yeah. 6
Bucks.
3
Is that the exact one?
ringgit. Is
that the exact one?
it's not the exact one.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
some
Very
Cita
other-
Bopat one lah.
You want to find that the canister is a generic canister. You don't want
Not a proprietary
Specialty.
proprietary one. Then later the
Yeah.
company go burst, right? Then you literally cannot find a canister
Yeah.
to replace or something. So it's
Yeah,
30
bring our
ringgit.
own soft drinks.
Yeah, 30 ringgit for the canister to refill. So I've got 2 canister now. I guess it works. I kind of like it, and I'll probably die drinking all these things. I don't know.
I wonder what would happen if you infuse it with helium. You
Helium.
so sounding like Alvin the Chipmunk.
I guess I will sound like that lah. You know.
This wasn't planned. This was not planned.
This is me drinking carbonated helium water. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
We got something to talk about right today, unlike the rest of the episodes that we did.
I do, but given the time constraint, I wonder which topic should I go for first. Okay, let's go with the one that you all feel strongly about. At least both of you feel strongly
about?
more so than me. What about
Tell us.
So, huh?
Tell us.
Okay, I will tell. So when I go out with the family nowadays, I mean well, not now, even before, but of course now as well, I will have to carry a backpack with all the stuff which is necessary for sanitizing and keeping stuff clean for the kids, even the kids' water, kids whatever things, like everything all goes into a backpack that I have lah. A dad bag. I think that's a nice way to call it. So a dad bag is, of course, I've gone beyond the using a diaper bag. That is not what we need anymore. Although actually I could still use that sling. But anyway, now it is a dad backpack, and even carrying it for not too long a time in the day, just going through a mall for even like 1-2 hours, I do feel a pain in my shoulder, particularly on my left shoulder only, and it's quite evident that it's whenever I carry the backpack. Even though I'm holding it on both. No, it's a backpack. It's a backpack.
Oh.
Yeah, so both sides. But I feel again, I don't think I've got any particular injury from this side before. I don't think it's how I sleep on, because it does get triggered by that. So I'm just I had been wondering about this for some time, whether or not getting a nicer bag, something that starts with the letter P, may actually help my situation. But I don't know, and I'm curious whether if there's a way that I can try it out and see whether if that makes a difference. Because obviously the best I'm using is like all the usual. It's not crap, but it's also not the best.
Do you have it with you?
See what bag is this?
I don't, but even a regular bag or so, even now when I carry this bag as well, this is the regular. Actually, it's too dark.
What is that?
No, you can't really. Ayo.
Oh right, is that the office issued one?
The usual office. In fact, this one I actually got it myself for cheap when I was buying something else online.
Did I get you a backpack from Lenovo previously?
You did,
yeah.
and that was no. This is not the one. The Lenovo one is much bigger, and is I've swapped it up because I swapped it out. Hopefully, my audio was okay. Because that also gave me a problem. So I was trying out a few combinations and to see whether if that persists.
What was the problem?
It's still there. This is just a pain on my shoulder. It's like it's not sharp, but then it's just annoying. And if I've carried it back for a while, it would persist for a day. And then if I start doing it, then obviously it goes away. But then it comes back once I start carrying it. Even on this work bag also, carrying it for even a while, so it triggers one. So I don't know whether if you all have ever experienced this problem before, and if we'll just say the peak design bags will actually do me any good, and if I'm willing to.
How many kilos are you carrying a day?
I've never measured it actually.
Roughly?
It definitely ranges.
Is it more heavier than a bag of rice?
No. Well, a bag of rice, it can be 5 or 10 kilos. It's definitely not 10 kilos.
What do you think? What's the weight of your backpack when you bring it
I
around?
want to say it goes from 5 kilos to 7 kilos, depending on how much water I carry or how much stuff I have it at one time, or how many. If it's a
5
fresh.
to 7 kilos is a lot, you know. 5 to 7
I think
kilos
it's
is
at
like-
least.
it's like
I think
two
it's at least.
laptops, you know. 5 kilos.
Well, 2 MacBooks lah, but not Windows. Well, yeah. Two laptops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's heavy. So, it is the weight the ultimate issue now that I shouldn't be carrying that much at the first place, and I should actually reduce, or is there something else that I can do in terms of the gear that I use that should be different that could help?
Yeah, I was asking. So you said that it's only on one side. That's the left side, is it? Every time.
My left, correct.
Again?
Yeah, exactly like how you pointed. Yes.
Okay.
And it's not something. It's not a pain that like I want to go back home. It's not that acute, but I mean, I don't want it to become something worse lah. So, and the fact is on one side, it's obviously something is a bit awkward, and easy solution would be, instead of going to the doctor or something, is to see if better gear, more ergonomic gears will help. The wife wanted me to try this. Don't carry so many things and just carry a sling bag, but it ended up that the sling bag that she got for me, it's when you put everything inside, it's like one big chunk of
sling bags are
clunky.
worse, lah. Sling bags
Yeah,
are
and
worse.
we obviously have more things to carry, and I do have a habit of wanting to be equipped. Talking about, there's even cutlery in case the restaurant's cutlery
Wow.
provider is not as up to standard. Could be 2 jackets for the children, 2
Okay,
water
so maybe
bottles.
you really
3
are carrying 5 or 7 kilos if you're carrying cutlery.
I am. I do. I mean, like having the bowling ball as weight as the baseline, I do feel that I'm carrying at least 5 to 8 on my back at any given time.
I think actually off the top of my head, it doesn't sound like it is a gear issue. It actually sounds like an imbalance in your shoulder muscles.
Okay.
So what you can try doing, it's free if you do this. What you can do is that you can do like a few shoulder exercises. So, and what you want to do, the one that I can immediately think of is like you stand like this, and you just do this, but you need to lift something heavy lah. So both your hands need to have something heavy.
Right.
You just do like this
As in
exercise.
heavy,
What
how
you do is
heavy?
that you're doing this part. Yeah, so then
How heavy?
How
because-
heavy
It has
is
to be. It has to be resistance heavy lah. I mean, something that is working the muscle lah.
Yeah. So because it's quite common to have like an imbalance in your muscles. It's quite common. So what happens is that when it's imbalanced, your body will try to compensate with the other muscles around it. So when you say, let's say if especially if it's painful on one side lah, and if it's multiple backpacks and still the same, backpacks generally are not
The best.
all that complicated.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Not all that complicated. So
They
it's
won't
just,
make
it's just
do
two
miracles
straps,
lah.
right?
Yep,
So
2 straps.
yeah. So what you can do is that you can try to do like some of those exercises, but you do need some weights lah. And then so that's for, I forgot the name of the actual muscle. That's the one. This one,
I've looked it
like
up. I think it's called trapezius. No. Yes.
is that trapezius?
Well, at the back
no,
it's
no, no.
trapezius, but there's the whole
back
piece.
one.
The whole piece
Trapezius
is
the back
trapezius.
one. So this one is
Right.
the lats. I can't remember. Basically, if you see like a bodybuilder that's on steroids, this part is damn big one. This part is like abnormally a very, very big indicator that they're on steroids.
Let's.
So yeah, because it's
okay.
very hard to build this muscle, and the only way you can get it that big, like The Rock or like John Cena,
The
kind of
Rock.
like bigger, is you need to take supplements on. So this muscles over here, or like Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, this was the damn big one. So
Those Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is that guy WWE who actually became like the UFC champion. Don't know why lah. Something like
Okay.
that. So yeah, so you try to work those muscles out, and then you try and see whether it helps lah.
Then my other question is, does your backpack have sternum straps?
No. That's
Yeah.
one thing. So the weight is all purely, like at the back and pulling down. There's no that whatever other strap that helps to distribute the weight. It doesn't even have the whatever structure that helps to distribute the weight against my whole back. But it's really just like a big chunk of weight pulling down, and the strap is all there is holding down. So yeah, I mean, I did think about those things, and do know that the better backpacks that you guys have used before and swear by has sternum strap, and also the back of it has got some, I don't know, call it lumbar support or something, but it's definitely better than what the ones that I have lah. I don't know whether those help. Yeah.
I think maybe getting a bag with a sternum strap will also help in the sense of like you're distributing your weights,
The weights.
between your left and right, and then the pressure is actually here and not on your shoulder.
Yeah, I would think that. So should I get a peek? Or can I borrow a peek from you guys? I wonder if that even makes sense.
Yeah, you
Probably
can
no
borrow
spare,
one.
right?
Borrow one, I see.
But you guys are using it all the time, isn't it? Or not?
Yeah. Spare one.
So I was
Or do I
thinking,
have a bag
so
with a
the
sternum
Lenovo I
strap?
got from John has got no sternum strap. I don't think I got any backpack with a sternum strap.
Nah,
I think.
I don't think the how to borrow you.
I mean, if you're using it, then obviously that won't work out, lah.
We don't usually have a spares of the same bag, Those
I know,
these bags are like,
I know.
Uh,
Well, last
you
time
can
you,
have.
you had one that you got to keep from like a warranty thing where I think you gave it to your brother, right, John?
No, it's actually my brother's warranty.
Oh, your brother's warranty.
Yeah. So what
And you
happened
kept
is that because of wear and tear, what happened was that the first original everyday backpack that my brother purchased, which is the 25-liter one, there was some sort of like sort of minor tears. It's not really bad, but because these bags are also lifetime warranty. So they could claim warranty, and one of the way they actually entertain the warranty claim is that it doesn't make sense for my brother to send the whole entire bag to San Francisco, because that's like very expensive, and also it's not green. So what they do is they just send you a brand new bag, and then the old bag says that you can either thrift it or pass it on to whoever needs it, that kind of thing. So I have the older one. He has the new one of the same bag. So basically we have 2 units of the Peak Design 25-liter everyday backpack.
They gave him a new bag for free?
Well, yeah, warranty claim.
Warranty claim lah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're very good one.
Yeah.
They're very good one.
That happened to me. I've also got the sling bags. I purchased a sling bag through the Kickstarter. When they first launched the sling bag, it was the 5-liter sling bag, and after 2-3 years, was it 3-4 years, the zipper rosak.
I remember this. Yes.
I asked for a claim, and they sent me a new one, and they don't do 5-liter anymore, so they sent me the 6-liter brand new one.
Oh.
You realize you actually prefer.
Yeah, slightly bigger. I appreciate that, but the zipper really spoiled, so my 5-liter's not going anywhere. I guess I could like send down to one of these zippers place, and then they get it fixed.
Alterations.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because these are like not the usual lining that they. I don't know. Maybe they know how to do it. I should like.
Okay.
Then I've got additional bag, but that's a sling bag, you see, and I don't think that's one that you need. I think what you need is possibly something along the line of
22?
the everyday backpack, the 25-liter.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, the 25-liter
Probably.
ones.
So in good consumer management, I mean, this like even hearing this such stories makes me wonder, just maybe throw some money at the Peak bag for once, maybe. But again, no guarantee whether or not it works. I don't. Of course, I will be a bit bummed out if I get a nice bag now with no compartments and stuff. Works really well, but it didn't help with the problem, because I still have to carry that many things, or that much in terms of weight. Then, that would be a bit of a bummer.
But if it can replace as your daily driver in terms of like going to work and everything, and then you look like a photographer, you look like somebody quite cool with a Peak Design backpack.
As opposed to right now, this guy carrying generic bag,
Yeah, Lenovo bag.
Lenovo bag.
Also more for like a long-term thing. Maybe what you can also try doing is you can try to work on your core muscles a bit. So usually what happens with your body is that when certain parts are like not quite strong enough, your body will just naturally engage like some other muscles to try and compensate for it. So it could be that like your core muscles are like not maybe they need a bit of help. So that's why your body is like trying to
tell me
a bit
something
more than normal. Because if it's always the same side and it goes
always
to
same side.
multiple bags, so that kind of like seems to indicate more.
Okay.
I mean, a better bag will also help. So, but at the same time, also try and like build up the core a bit,
attack the issue from multiple fronts lah. I like how I'm getting solutions from fitness related versus also product related. This is like an all around solution. But okay, I think I'm happy with what the pointers. Obviously, the whole idea of bringing this topic out is not to get affirmation from you both, even though you both feel strongly about it, to buy a Peak Design bag. But obviously, what I got from you guys makes sense. And we'll see how long. Hopefully, the next coming podcast won't have me in a sling.
Somebody's birthday coming.
Yeah. I thought about this. You mentioned a birthday, like the last call or the last episode that we did. We're talking about F1. No, these guys were not they can buy me a F1 apparel because I know it costs around that much also.
F1
Oh.
apparel, I'd rather get you a bloody backpack.
Yeah. I want to go and choose my own apparel and hopefully not too pricey one. Apparently the Hilfiger Mercedes AMG one is quite nice. So I'm
How
like,
much is that?
I don't know, but I have to go.
Is that a bag or a shirt or what?
No. The apparel. Not a bag.
Shirt. Okay.
Although if it's a bag and it solves both my problem with the pain and also it's F1 merch. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, segment close. Or I shouldn't mention that way.
Maybe we should just get him a backpack for his birthday.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
No, we don't know whether it's a
Done.
problem. We don't know whether it's a problem. We
Well,
don't know
you still
that.
need a backpack. A friend doesn't let another friend bring a Lenovo backpack to work.
Well, you could do it for free, and I'm actually very happy with it. And when I was using that backpack for a good pre-pandemic 1-2 years or maybe more, the pain wasn't there. It's just
No, but it sounds like you're carrying much more than just a laptop on like these family outings. It's like water bottles, like food bags.
So I just realized that it could have been the pandemic that is when suddenly you got sanitizing wipes and this own cutlery. That could, I mean, the spike in the baggage could very well have been pandemic related as well. And post pandemic, the practice is just maintained, sustained, and hence the weight. But okay, the segment's over. We'll check back again on how that happens now for another topic.
No, we can still talk about a backpack. I'm looking at the everyday backpack, right? You can be like one compartment for your daughter number 1, second compartment for daughter number 2, and then third compartment for your wife. Not bad.
You can only do that. You can only do that with like a Peak Design bag. maybe you can do that with like one of those low pro photographer bags, but that's so much uglier.
Yeah, because I'm not like on the job shooting stuff. And it sounds like I just got advice from John how to compartmentalize the ladies in my family.
In the bag.
Even though it's storage. But it just it just sounds that way, like this is how you compartmentalize your daughters and your wife and your this sounds a bit off, but yeah, bag.
Then you can have your wipes on the top, Okay.
Accessible, right? Yeah. Or even like what the peak can flip and then the side thing, right? I mean, I love that. I love that.
A really killer feature.
I love that.
That's a really killer
But
feature.
again, we'll see. Okay, moving on. Do I get the privilege to also run that topic, or you guys have something else?
What color you want?
Doesn't Pig do like normally a grayer and a darker one? Oh god, you're really gonna go that way. Is it the grayer? Is it the darker or lighter? Right, this is the two
Basically,
gray.
It has to look professional, right? It can't be one of those like crumpler orange.
I don't think I'm gonna do the brown ones.
We
There was a
got the
brown thing,
black
right?
20-liter V2.
Mine's the black one.
But
But the black
new
also is a bit like
ones,
greyish, right?
I like your version of the black one that I don't think they do it anymore. The lining
V1?
inside. Your one is the V1, right? Yeah, I think yours is the V1. Your lining inside is actually like mustard
Like,
in color.
Yes. They don't do that anymore?
They don't.
Color.
Basically, right now they're all grey inside.
So
I
dirty
see.
yellow
Okay.
against black. That's
No,
nice.
the advantage to having it a brighter lining is that
Visible.
so light bounces inside a bit better, so it's easier when you dig in.
When you
Wow,
see
so
things.
severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it
these
actually
are,
helps. It actually helps.
yeah, these are features, not bugs.
Yeah, little things like that. So
Not just a design choice.
This is like my end game bag. It's like and it does everything that I need to do.
So combine with your flashlight, then the light will just bounce and it's like
Oh yeah. Also, I have that flashlight
Serious?
that's, like mounted
Okay.
at the top. Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
it's really
because
good. I'm like,
you're the only person I know who has like a flashlight at the ready. Like you go in somewhere and they're like, oh, what's that? Only you do it, but then I look at that. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, because other people like they'll fiddle around with their phone and then it doesn't look as cool as Oh, what's that? The whole body is just like and then the hand just like swivel and
We can
Yeah,
have
that's it.
one whole entire episode, right, talking about EDC and what Eugene carry on his everyday backpack. I think that would be
right.
kind of interesting.
Okay,
For
we can do that.
for in terms of purpose of like showing, what his backpack has, that kind of thing. I think that's kind of interesting. So
Makes sense.
So we have black 20 liter. We have the charcoal one, slightly grey. That's the colorway I have.
That I've seen before, yes.
Oh, you're looking on it on the website. Actually, on the website right
Yeah,
now.
on Shopee. So there's midnight, which is actually a nice, very masculine blue.
Oh,
Okay, I could do
right.
that.
Yeah, I think the midnight colorway
That's the color
is
of your.
the one.
Is it the color of your back of your
yeah,
sling bag?
my sling.
Your sling bag?
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice.
It's nice. It is nice.
Yeah, it's possibly my favorite color among all. And also they have ash, which is a slightly less dark gray, or rather is the light gray of the colorway.
All right.
My goodness, the prices.
Okay lah, if you are sharing, then count him already, but
Yeah,
Okay,
you can't,
I mean-
you can't go wrong with the peak design, but you if you
Yeah,
get it, you'll be using it for like at least the next 10 years or so. So it's just
I guess, but it may not be the solution to my, or at least the only solution to the problem lah. So again, like you said, there could be other reasons why
we can all
this is happening.
use the same bag lah. Okay, it's okay lah.
So sweet.
It's okay lah. Main, how to say, official bag.
Sponsor us. Peak design.
We sponsor ourselves. We do not need Peak Design to sponsor. It's so good that we sponsor ourselves. Stupid people.
yeah, it's very good.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
I was hoping that was a shorter segment, but okay. Let's see. And this could be the last segment already, but let's see how it go. So touch and go card. Every
You gotta press that.
that timing actually was quite nice. So touch and go card. Every Malaysian should know very well what it is, even before the days of digital wallets. Touch and go has been around since when? I just without looking up,
Wow.
I think 1990 something.
Basically, when shortly after they first introduced the
Card, the physical card.
the my card with the shortly before
Really?
that actually. Yeah,
Really?
I think so.
90-ish, 20 plus years. Okay.
Mid 90s.
It's
Right.
90s because I know I went to Australia and then my card was left with my brother when I was there, and then I came back. It's like I learned that it melted on his dashboard. I know, so I remember it has to be late 90s or mid 90s around there. So anyway, I have a use case that whereby I need to I'm the one who has to reload the credit into the touch and go credit cards, making sure that it's always there. And if the wife uses it and then it's gone down to zero or it's near zero, I have to rotate it around, and then I have to be the one to go and top up hers lah. And then as it goes, in fact, right now the cards that there's two that I'm having. Apparently, one is not working. I have to figure out why, and the other one has got no credit. So I just did the swap today. And I was thinking, I do know that with Touch and Go e-wallet, the Touch and Go e-wallet app, there should be a way to link multiple cards to use the Touch and Go credit. I forgot how, because at some point I was thinking that, hey, how come Touch and Go using Touch and Go wasn't as didn't make as much sense, or it's like hard for me to actually track. But now I'm wanting to rethink. So I want to ask you both, or maybe more of John, like, do you use your Touch and Go e-wallet credit on your Touch and Go card beeps or not at all?
What do you mean beeps?
You can set it. So you can give. Let me see if I got this right. I don't think it may be dependent on whether you have the RFID Touch and Go card or not.
No, it's not, because I
not?
have used
It's
it.
not?
I have used it before by using the paired Touch and Go physical cards.
Non-RFID?
Non-RFID. Again, this is a while ago before they kept on adding all this other stuff. I was, because I don't have RFID on my car. I don't have the RFID or even the the new card that you can just top up using your phone
Yeah.
thing. this is before that, I was having my Touch and Go e-wallet credit deducted whenever my Touch and Go card was used physically, parking or toll. But I stopped it for some reason, and I'm thinking now I may need it again. And I'm wondering how does that work for you guys?
So what's your question again? Because I drifted away when you use. What was the
Yeah, there's a
question?
bit of a spike. I want an easy way to be able to top up credit into my Touch and Go cards, and even better if I can just have all multiple Touch and Go cards use one single e-wallet credit, which I think is possible, but I just don't know whether or not.
Right. So you
can.
want to like not have to bother topping up your physical
Correct.
Touch and Go card,
And it's
but you
easier
want
to
keep
top
it
up into a wallet.
auto-deducting from your e-wallet.
And the e-wallet I will always monitor, so I can do that
Right.
in one location. So I can like link that to 3 cards and then pass those around. I'm solid.
You
I think I can.
You
Okay.
can't do that at all, because number one, even if you get the RFID Touch and Go card, the new one, the card got to be physically with you to top up. Meaning, meaning the way it top up. Say if this is a Touch and Go card, the app will say, please bring your Touch and Go card to your phone, and then it scans, that the card itself and say, oh, this is the card. How much you want to top up? You put in, say, your 50 ringgit, and then say, okay, please put your card there again to top up. So if you want to manage several Touch and Go cards for other people, then they always pass the card back to you to top up. If through e-wallet, they can obviously go 7-Eleven or wherever to top up themselves, you know.
Yeah, so all those like going 7-Eleven and then physical card order is really what I want to avoid. So what I was doing last time was I believe I added 2 cards into my Touch and Go e-wallet app, 2 physical cards. And whenever those cards were used at the toll or at the parking, the credit in those cards, whatever there was traditionally in there, will not move. The credit will deduct from my e-wallet automatically.
Yeah.
Depending on location, it's not always.
Oh, yeah. Yes, correct. So there are some places which can't do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a balance between having credit in there. But of course, if I can actually do that, at least even having the visibility of knowing how much credit is
You
left in the
do.
physical card would be good.
You do,
actually,
but it's not
for
real
starters.
time. It's
1 day law, minus 1 day.
24 hours, one thing.
I'll take that
There is
anytime.
there is a pill, or rather that interface that it says connect this particular Touch and Go card to your e-wallet, and whenever there is a direct thingy, the place, say the shopping complex that you enter uses Touch and Go e-wallet, then it will deduct straight from the e-wallet. But you cannot top up the card. Meaning you cannot put in value into the Touch and Go card, because that's separate totally.
Can't top up credit into.
It's
Okay.
quite complicated. Quite
So
complicated,
let's put scenario. So let's say now I've got 100 ringgit in my Touch and Go card,
Yeah.
traditional, okay, 100 bucks, and I link it to my Touch and Go e-wallet,
Yeah.
and then I use it in places whereby it recognizes Touch and Go e-wallet for a reason. So I beep the card there, and then I think the app even shows like, okay,
Yeah.
you've deducted whatever, and that works. Of course, this is when I'm using it at recognized locations, including plus highways, I guess. I hope not even all, is it?
Not
Heard
even
some
all.
plus highways. Yeah, so that's the thing. So okay, then of course, if I have credit in the card, in the physical card, and then I got credit in my e-wallet, then I guess I could use, depending on the infrastructures available, I would deduct credit from either pool, e-wallet, or physical, correct?
Yeah.
But once the physical one has gone down to near zero, I cannot top up.
From e-wallet, no. Those are you have the traditional normal Touch and Go cards without the
Yes.
RFID.
Yes.
Those are just read only. Think of them as read only cards.
Yeah, makes sense.
You cannot update that one, right? So no matter what, you cannot top up anything unless you go to a physical machine to top it up. Even the RFID ones, they are all tied together with, say, if you register to this phone, it is only able to top up using RFID through the same phone. Meaning, I've got an RFID card, and I know you got a Touch and Go e-wallet account and you on your phone. I can pass you the RFID card, but you cannot top up for me.
The pair is not
Yeah,
recognized.
the pair is not recognized. You got to register the card
Okay.
first, and therefore you can top up from the Touch and Go e-wallet to your card if it's a RFID card. That also, if the card is registered in your account, and you have physically access of the card to top it up.
Okay, but that is the RFID version of the physical card.
Yeah.
Backtrack a little bit. If again I do what I did, okay, I've got a physical card, there's credit in there. Depending on the infrastructure available at the premises I'm at or the toll that I'm using, my credit will be deducted from either the e-wallet or from the physical card.
Yeah.
The e-wallet credit I definitely can top up as I normally do now because it's also used as a QR and all this, and we do it now and whatnot. But the physical card, I can still top up the credit over there physically, traditionally, like what I always do. Okay, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so if I can do that, then I guess I'll be in a better place because the only setback is infrastructure being available or rather not available, then it will have to, no choice, use the traditional credit on the physical card. And when that goes down, I'll just do what I have to do now anyway. But obviously, I'll be doing it lesser because one, I have, whenever possible, credit from the e-wallet will be used. And then two, I'll have better visibility over the card's balance, even if it's a 1 day, 24-hour batch update. Rather than, so if I can do that, I think I'll be happier than where I am now.
Once you register your Touch and Go, right? So in the hamburger or rather the 3 dots menu on top of the registered card.
You're there already. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Pay Direct essentially. I'm not sure whether you're able to see it. Well, the light is not going to be right. I cannot turn down the. I cannot see lah. This white on white is overexposed. It's called Pay Direct. So basically, if you go into your Touch and Go card registered one, right? Registered one. So the 3 buttons over here, you just click on that. Just enable Pay Direct. That will essentially allow you to go to places where it deduct directly from an e-wallet.
Okay. I'm looking at a support document from Touch and Go from 6 months ago, updated, saying just what Touch and Go card on the e-wallet app, and then add the Touch and Go card. Doesn't say how many I can do. Put in the 10-digit serial number.
You can
put
put up to 5 cards in your app.
Okay, so that works for me. So if I do that, that means once I've added the Touch and Go card, the Pay Direct features will automatically be activated. Your total transaction will be deducted from Touch. Grammar mistakes. Touch and Go, very good. Touch and Go e-wallet if sufficient balance when you're passing any supported Pay Direct plaza. Okay, there you go. That is the terminology. In where infrastructure is available, Pay Direct toll plaza or also parking lot.
Yeah, you just don't know when. That's the thing. How you know? Like some places you go, they don't allow you to go. Oh, a very good tale. We go into a parking, right? You say your Touch and Go card must have minimum of 10 ringgit or 20 ringgit. Then you know that's not Pay Direct.
Well, again, you don't want to be in that position to have to hit that and then only have to pay. I actually saw that warning when I was trying to park at the hotel in the staycation 2 weeks ago. Because the hotel, obviously, they need more than a small amount.
So that's when you know that they're not doing the e-wallet Pay Direct thing.
Right. Okay. I got my answer. I think I will do that. It's not perfect, but it's going to be better than what I have right now, which you can't believe this day and age you have to still do.
Touch and Go is just so broken now. I mean, I shared it in the other podcast that I did and with Andrew, and I was complaining about it. The other
Is it
day,
after you lost a card in the hotel?
Yeah, I lost my Touch and Go card, and it's the I was like, it's not a lot of money. I mean, it's still money. It's like about 50 over ringgit inside the Touch and Go card. I was like, maybe I just lost the money, and then was reminded, why don't I try to go and recover it? Apparently you can, because then I went to the app and started to research, and I could actually file a stop on the card, and then after that try to recover the
I remember the story.
Yeah, and oh man, the process of it, right? The way the app is done, the interface, right, led me to a wormhole that suddenly I got my Touch and Go e-wallet account locked, from all these 2FA thingy that they were trying to
The
implement.
questions,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Security
okay.
question.
This is how people do 2FA in other places, all right? When you register account, all right, choose your 2FA question. Okay, what is your daddy's name or something like that, lah. Okay, then you select the thing. And then choose one of these questions over here as your second question. That's how normal people do it. Oh, you choose already, and then after that you answer. Fine. And if you were to need to access the 2FA, what happened is that it displayed that 2 question for you, and then you answer, right? So that's already a challenge because, I a little bit stupid. I don't remember. Fine. But no, not Touch and Go. Touch and Go will present you 10 questions, all right? Or 10 or 15 questions, right? Select which one you want to register to answer. That's fine. Okay, you select. And when you need to do the 2FA, right, they show you the same 10, 15 questions, ask you which one did you select. Already I cannot answer the question. You want me to select which question that I actually picked to answer for the 2FA maybe like 10 years ago. Thank you very much. I cannot remember. I locked myself out.
So, but did you have answers for all 10 of those questions? So you only chose 2 out of the 10.
Yeah, you got to choose 2. For the life of me, I
But
cannot
you can't remember which one.
Which 2 I
which
chose.
two
You know?
Yep. Correct.
Why?
And 10 is actually a lot of options there. I think.
Yeah.
Like the variations is actually
What's your
quite like
cat's name? What's your dog's name?
first
What's your
cat, first
mother's-
dog, first girlfriend.
Your mother's last name. Your
where you
father's
first
last
kiss a
name,
woman. No,
primary
probably not.
school.
So
your
they
first
only
car.
allow you to
First car,
2
yeah.
tries, and then after that they lock myself out of the car. And that also, right, at the end of the whole entire scenario, right, I didn't need to go to the 2FA because I could have thought like, okay, so what happened was this. When they asked me to select, where do you want to deposit your refunded card amount? Do you want to deposit in your e-wallet, or do you want to deposit it into your bank account, for instance? I was like, okay lah, touch and go e-wallet lah, simple, straightforward. Apparently that
But-
way, you need to then go into the 2FA and all this and lock my freaking account. And then to find the touch and go e-wallet ID or something along the line, which I didn't manage
yes,
to
I
find
remember.
anyway. Right? So essentially after I unlock my account, what happened is I send it to my bank account and said, go, done. I was like, I didn't need to even lock my bloody account. So maybe I'm stupid, that's why.
Right. So did you manage to unlock it in the end?
Yeah, of course I did. Oh,
Right.
I mean, I didn't go into detail like when I was with the Touch and Go hotline, right? Talking to the fella, how condescending the fella is lah. I mean, maybe I'm that stupid lah.
I remember that.
Because the helpline was like,
Yeah, we don't think you're the real John.
Yeah, I mean, preferably whatever problems that I might face, in doing what I might do next, I hope I don't have to deal with help desk. I hope I can get it quickly resolved via virtual chat. I kind of prefer that nowadays. I don't want to talk to somebody, and honestly, all this phone, the call recorded for training purposes. Press 1 for this, press 2 for this. I realized I actually spent a lot of time doing that when I was younger, when there was no apps and whatnot. And then when I'm driving, which is when I think about I have to do this. I have to book a TGV ticket only through the telephone, and then have to call the bank or something or message. I spent a lot of time until I remember the whole IVR menu setup, and then to quickly go through to where I want to go to. But of course nowadays I avoid it because I can just resolve it, self-resolve, or even resolve with help from the virtual chat, which could either be their own in-house one or even on Messenger or on WhatsApp. Yeah, I'm solid. Preferably not have to call someone.
Yeah, we live in the future now. So okay lah.
Not touch and go.
Touch and go is so broken,
Touch and go.
seriously.
Touch and
Lucky
go.
you don't need to use touch and go over in Singapore.
No, I still have to. Whenever I come drive over, I need to have the touch and go. So and I remember when they first made this requirement, I think they didn't think it through properly. So there was massive jams over from Singapore going to Malaysia because suddenly there was this new requirement: you can only pay using touch and go. So that was horrific lah.
Why
The
am I
million
not
souls
surprised,
cried out in unison.
Why
A
am I
million
not
souls
surprised?
cried
I'm
out.
like,
Why am I
any new
not
system,
surprised?
any new system, just stay away. So there was this once when they introduced like all foreigners coming into Malaysia from Singapore, you need to have like your 2 thumbprint scan. Again, that was another fast. So it took like I don't know how long lah, but that particular weekend's wait was like biblical kind of like wait.
Biblical.
So yeah, so anytime they introduce something new, is usually there's going to be some teething problems.
How long would you give before you would like, okay, let the problem fix itself first, or they cancel it out after a few?
Yeah, so sometimes it gets so bad until they have to shelf whatever new feature that they're doing and
roll
go
back.
back to the old way. So, and this happened last time several times when they also introduced they started to ban like foreign cars from pumping the subsidized RON 95 in Malaysia. So they changed the rules multiple times. So the first iteration of the rule, let me think, was that you're just not allowed to pump RON 95 full stop. No, wasn't that?
How do they stop?
You're
How do
not
they stop
allowed to
you?
pump petrol or something absurd like that lah. And then when that didn't work, then they said, okay, within like 50 kilometers of like the border, you're allowed
How
to
do you
pump. Or
bloody
some
police
Yeah,
it?
whose job is it to
yeah, some stupid shit like that lah. So then after a while, then they finally, what did they say? Then for a while they said if you have a My Card, then you can pump. So
Okay.
so the rules changed several times. And then
whose job
finally
is it to
they
enforce
settled-
all these rules? Who enforces it?
The petrol station.
Yeah, the
Oh
petrol
my,
station.
yeah lah.
So-
The
Then
endpoint
they finally settled on foreign cars are just not allowed to pump RON 95 throughout the country. So, but before that, there were a few iterations. So I went over and I wanted to pump. I'm like, well, I'm a Malaysian, I
Double
got
A.
my card. And then, oh no, it changed already. Huh? When did it change? So then, it's just horrible. It's just
But now you
horrible.
can, right?
No.
No,
So
they
now
cannot.
the standing rule is that you cannot pump RON 95.
So you have to
can pump
fill up-
97 or V power, but you can't
Oh,
pump.
only 95. Okay.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
95.
that's the
I see,
easily
I see.
subsidized one. So the other one.
You're
Yeah,
right,
it's reasonable lah, but the thing is that if they had said that from the onset, then at least it's clear. But there were a few changes.
Changing and
Yeah, because they were like they
it's-
do not know what they're
trying
doing.
to satisfy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I know it's hard and all this, but at least have a conversation once or twice lah before finally like rolling it out. So
Well-
so that was frustrating lah.
I say, touch and go, 20 years, 20 plus years, cannot fix. So that the few times that you come back in and the petrol station thing is just a few times. Touch and go 20 years.
That's a good point. Oh well.
Anything else? Because I decided to play because I think we are like 1+ hour
Way
in already.
over.
Yeah.
Way over.
And another episode in the can.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
That
and,
could be a tagline.
Okay.
The other, if you are watching this over on YouTube, we have all these QR codes that's flashing on the right side of the screen. You can always
Plug.
use your phone, click on the QR code, and then you can just subscribe it as a audio kind of thing. You can listen for 1 hour. It's much more easier that way than listening on YouTube or whatever. Just audio based podcast, and you can listen to us in like 1.5 times faster rather than just the actual speed of how
Oh, will
we
our
are
voices be like chipmunks after that?
It's not so bad,
No.
but
Kenny's
maybe for
one-
how
Kenny's one will
I
be
swallow my words, then maybe for how I swallow my words and speak too fast, it will be a problem. That
Anyway,
is safe.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. We talk again sometime next week. See you guys. Take care. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye bye, everybody.